variable. What's up, Isaac? Yes, you took them 2 weeks ago, and we haven't done it yet. But I want you guys to do it before this next test, so sorry it's been so long. You guys just even forgot about that test. We'll do them tomorrow. Okay. Multiply and write the answer in descending order of zero. We already did that yesterday, so you guys are already ready to write in descending order. Now we just have to multiply. What do you guys think I need to do? What's the fancy word for what I have to do to multiply this guy out? Distribute it, yeah. So a lot of us like to draw these little arrows. I like to draw these little arrows also. So first I'm going to multiply 3x times 4x squared. Jackie, what am I going to get when I multiply 3x times 4x squared? 12x cubed. Perfect. So when we're multiplying these, you guys, we multiply the numbers together. So 3 times 4 gives me 12. And then we multiply the x's together. X, this is really x to the first, times x squared gives me x cubed. All right, now I'm going to multiply 3x times 2. That one's pretty easy. It's just going to be 6x. This one I'm in good shape because my variables are already in order. I have my cubed here. This one's just a regular old x. So this is going to be my final answer. We just distribute for ones like this. Pretty simple. All right. Multiplying a binomial times a binomial. We are going to FOIL. We call it foiling. Who has heard of foiling before? And or actually foiled before? Okay, some people. All right, basically what is happening when we FOIL is we're double distributing, is kind of another way to think of it. So we call it FOIL first, outside, inside, last. You guys should all write that down in your notes. So we start by multiplying the first term to the first term. Then we multiply the outside terms, so outside terms. We multiply the inside terms, and then we multiply the last terms. It's just sort of a mnemonic, I think is the official name, to help you remember to double distribute. So write that down. It is a good idea for you guys to write these arrows in, though, even if you don't have colors. So first I'm going to start with the first term, which is the f in my FOIL. So first term times the first term, 5x times 2x. Jordan, what's 5x times 2x? 10x squared. Perfect. So we multiply the numbers together, 5 times 2, and then x times x is x squared. So we got our first one taken care of. Now we have outside, which is the O in my FOIL. So I want to do the outside terms, which are my 5x and my negative 4. Make sure you guys keep those negatives attached. So 5x times negative 4 gives me what, Josh? Negative 20x. Perfect. So we have our O taken care of. Now I have I, which is my inside term. So both of these terms on the inside. 3 times 2x gives me what, Julia? 3 times 2x. Plus 6x. Good. And finally, I have the L of my FOIL, which is last. So I look at the last term here and the last term here. So 3 times negative 4 gives me negative 12. Make sure you guys hang on to those negatives or else you'll be getting the wrong answers. So when it's minus 4, that negative stays on with the 4. So now I have 10x squared minus 20x plus xx minus 12. Is that my final answer, Kurt, or can I simplify more? Yeah. Perfect. Yep, I have like terms. These guys are like terms. Always make sure you don't have any like terms before you make it your final answer. This one we do, so I'm going to rewrite it. 10x squared negative 20x plus 6x gives me minus 14x, and minus 12 doesn't have any like terms. This guy right here is your final answer. Always make sure you put it in descending order like we did yesterday. When you FOIL, if you follow FOIL, it should be in descending order already, usually, unless something weird is happening. Riley? Negative 20x plus 6x. Yep, there's a negative on there. Any other questions? Alrighty. Another example. 5x minus 6 in the parentheses squared. Is this one just going to be simply 25x squared minus 36. Yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I want to see everyone put up a thumb of some sort. Just a guess. Okay. I see about half and half. Thumbs down, people. Why do you not think that just works, Micaiah? Okay. Any other ideas? Thumbs down, people. Corey?
Well, you're not accounting for the whole FOIL thing because you're not.
Very good.
You're not doing
The inside terms.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to that, Drew? And then you do the FOIL. Very good, guys. So 5x minus 6 squared. You guys always, every single time, need to rewrite this as 5x minus 6 times 5x minus 6. All right, unfortunately for everybody, squaring a binomial isn't as easy as just distributing the square. It doesn't work like that. Something squared is something times itself. So we have to start by rewriting it, or else we'll get the wrong answer every single time, I guarantee it. Okay, so 5x minus 6 times 5x minus 6, we are going to FOIL. So I'm going to draw my little arrows. So the F in FOIL is first. So my first term times my first term is 5x times 5x. This is going to give me 25x squared. Got the F taken care of. The O in FOIL is outside terms. So the outside terms are 5x and negative 6. That's going to give me negative 30x. So we have half of our FOIL done. Now I have my I and my L. So I is inside terms, these little guys that are right next to each other. Negative 6 times 5x gives me another minus 30x. And finally, the L in FOIL stands for last. So I'm going to have negative 6 times negative 6 gives me plus 36. This is one where you guys have to be super careful with your negatives. Remember that they are attached to the 6. Both of these negatives attached to the 6, so negative 6 times negative 6 gives me plus 36. I'm in the same place I was last time. I have some like terms. This right here is not my final answer. I have to combine my like terms before I circle my answer. So 25x squared minus 30x is going to be minus 60x plus 36. That is my final answer. All right, so don't fall prey to this squares sign. We can't just distribute it. It's harder than that, unfortunately. Okay, one more example of ones like this. 3x minus 1 times negative x plus 4. This one's a little funky because it has a negative attached to the x term now. So this negative and this x go together. So I'm going to do my FOIL. So first is the F, which happens to stand for first. So what am I going to multiply together for my first terms? Which are my first terms in this set of binomials? Bethany? 3x and negative x, perfect. So I have these guys right here. So 3x times negative x is going to give me negative 3x squared. So make sure you keep that negative on there. Now I have the O. What are my outside terms in this set of binomials, Monica? 3x and 4, yep. So 3x times 4 is plus 12x. So we got the O taken care of. Now I have I, which is inside. What are my inside terms for these binomials, Andrew? Negative 1 and negative x. So I multiply negative 1 times negative x. Two negatives multiplied together gives me a positive. So I have plus x. So we got the I taken care of. Finally, I have L, which is last. I guess I didn't make my little arrows there. Last. What are my last terms with these set of binomials, Micaiah? So I need two terms. What are the last ones? The inside, so what do you mean? Tell me which numbers they are. Negative 1 and 4. Good. negative 1 and 4. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Now, again, got to combine like terms before I make it my final answer. So negative 3x squared plus 13x, because this is a 1x. 1x plus 12x is 13x. And minus 4 is my final answer. Alright, so FOIL is now your best friend. Okay. Multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. Uh-oh. Just kidding. Not any harder. These last ones when we were foiling, I was saying another way to think about it is the fact that you have to double distribute. This time we kind of have to triple distribute. What we have to do is we have to multiply 3x times everything in these parentheses, and then we have to multiply negative 1 times everything in these parentheses, which is the same thing we were doing for these ones. We were multiplying this 5x times both of the things in the second set of parentheses, and then we multiplied 3 times both of the things inside of the parentheses. Now we just have 3 things to do it to. So I'm going to start by multiplying 3x times everything over here. So if you want to make yourself some arrows, we'd have 3x times here, 3x here, and then 3x to this one. So that's what I'm going to do to start. So 3x times x squared gives me what, Dylan? 3x times x squared. 3x cubed, great, thanks. And Riley, 3x times negative 2x gives me what? Negative 6x squared. And Leah, 3x times 3 gives me what? Plus 9x. Perfect. We have that first set of distributing taken care of. 3x times everything over here. Now I need to do negative 1 times everything in the parentheses. So we can do a separate set of arrows down here. Negative 1 times everything over here. So negative 1 times x squared gives me what, Sophie? Negative x squared, good. Negative 1 times negative 2x gives me what, Ben? Negative 1 times negative 2x. Plus 2x, good. And Jackie, negative 1 times positive 3. Negative 3, great. Alright guys, now we have some more combining of like terms to do. It's a little bit more complicated, but I believe in you guys, you're in good shape. So descending order, so we want to start with the x cubed term. We only have one x cubed term, so that's pretty easy, so we just rewrite it. So 3x cubed, got that one taken care of. Next up in line would be the x squared terms. So I have negative 6x squared, negative 1x squared is going to give me negative 7x squared. Oops, it's a negative. Those guys. Now I need just the regular x's. 9x plus 2x gives me plus 11x. And then finally, we have this negative 3. It doesn't have any friends, so it just goes down by itself. This will be my final answer. All my like terms are combined. We have it fully simplified. We're good to go. All right, one more, you guys. I'm going to have you guys try this one. Have been your answer. Alrighty, grab a whiteboard.